Hello, you can continue, Rajiv.
जी मैम।
So, let's start with the session. Good evening, everyone. I'm in a very warm welcome to today's session by Swani Insights. I'm Swani, the founder of Swani Insights, and basically today we'll be talking about the dashboard, okay, which we all create in our like day-to-day life for some projects or for some task which we have to do. Okay, so basically it's not just a roadmap, but I have tried to divide it into some categories which will help you to understand and choose, okay, which charts are better for which type of showing the data analysis. Okay, so let's first open up a little bit. Okay, so you all, like, anyone can tell which all the dashboards you are right now working on, if someone can share that with me. Okay, let me start with my journey. Right now, what I am doing, you must be like noticing, okay, why Swani is not posting any dashboards. And also, right now, what I was doing is I was making my dashboards, which I made earlier again, and seeing how far I have come from the journey. Okay, these all are the things which I have understood, and these all are the things which I have like I need to work on, and these all are the things which I am understanding better. In which all the charts I made mistakes in, and which are the charts I should have chose that time. That's all like I am what focusing on. So today's session will be about that only, where we'll understand how in the real world visuals are not just for beauty, but they how they helps us in analyzing the data or like visualizing the data. Okay, so yes, today's session is a like interactive one. So in the middle also, yeah, I can go for Hindi and English. So in the mid also, you all can ask me questions if there are any questions, and if there is any suggestions and all, you can all give it that to me. Okay, so before we begin, the rules are the same. Okay, just use your first name and last name to log in so that I can know what or the person, all the insiders are there for me. And yes, you don't need to keep your mic mute for the whole session. You can unmute your mic and talk to me or like interact in the middle. So first, let's talk about what you will walk away with in this session. Okay, if I divide that into three simple steps, now it will be only in three words. It will be first, how you can recognize which chart to use at which category, to know which charts to avoid in which category, and to understand, okay, if you are using this chart, so what sort of questions you are focusing on and what sort of answers you are getting from that chart. So basically we'll talk about these three, like how to think visually and strategically. So like how a beginner in Power BI or in data analytics can also excel in the dashboards. Okay, so if there are any questions and all sort, you can ask. If you know, then I will like uh, I'll just continue. Okay, let's just continue. This is the main 9 categories which I have talked about. In the videos also, you must have seen 3 or 4 of them which I have disclosed, and all of them are like this. According to me, wrong charts used for the right data will never give you the right answers or the questions you are asking from the data. Like your manager will get angry, the persons you are working for will get angry, and the data will also be not used perfectly, and like the data will not answer the questions which you are looking for. So according to me, or like the way I have learned from the data analytics journey, I try to divide this all the category of charts into 9 different categories. Okay, it goes from comparison visuals, which are the main charts, to the interactive and AI custom visuals, which are the extra charts which we can download from Power BI. So if we talk about the comparison visuals, This category will see how a product is performing better and in which terms the product is performing better or worse. For example, which is the best product of your company and which is the worst product of your company. If you are talking about that, then comparison visuals will be used. Then if we talk about time and trend visuals, they will help us to track our performances and the changes which are happening over time. So basically, if you are understanding or analyzing the data from January to December, okay, so that's where this will help you to understand. Or like if you are understanding data from yearly like 2009 to 2012, what are the changes which are made and what were the sales drop off or decline, or like is there any boost in the sale. So for that, time and trend visuals will be there. Don't worry, I'll share this PPT in my live after the live also and in my YouTube channel also, and you can use it there. And yes, you all have my Instagram account and my LinkedIn. You can just send me a message and I'll share the PPT there also. And yes, we will understand each of the visuals separately also. So don't just think it's just a basic quick up. So you better understand what will be the session about. Okay. So the next is ranking and change in rank visual. As the name says, this visuals helps us to understand they are slightly different from comparison visual. In comparison visual, we understand what's the top product and its sale. But in ranking, all it matters to us is what's the top product. Okay, which is the first and which is the last. That's all matters. We doesn't like the values of that product doesn't matter to us. If that comes in the picture, then comparison visuals will come. But if you're just focusing on okay, which is the best and which is the worst and which are the products which we can like stop making, then rank and change in rank visuals help. Next is part to whole visuals. Part to whole visuals are the visuals which helps us to understand okay, if my total sales is 20 lakhs a month, so and if I am selling three products, laptop, phone and tablet, so how laptop, phone and tablet is computing or like is divided among the 20 lakhs, that's where the part to whole visuals will help us to analyze. Next is distribution visuals. In distribution visuals, like some data we collect, if as a data analyst we usually don't collect data, but we come across some data where there are some outliers are the data which is like very different or it doesn't goes well with the all other data. Like there are two data which is like extreme outside or extreme inside from the data. So that's where distribution visuals will help us to know the data spread. Okay, by data spread I mean which is the minimum and the maximum of the value, how clustered the data is, and what are all the factors which are making the data clustered. So that's where distribution visuals will comes in picture. Next is relationship and correlation visuals. Okay, this is the one which I think is the second most important visuals, because this helps us to identify patterns as well as like make us understand which variables are affecting which independent variables are affecting which dependent variables. For example, a company is spending some amount of money on marketing, okay, and they are asking us, like we are the data analyst at that company, and they are asking, okay, Suhani, I want to know this was our spend on marketing and what was the boost in sales because of this marketing spend. So that's where relationship and correlation visuals will come in mind. Okay, so this was the marketing spend and because of that this much sales were boosted up. So that with the help of that, okay, they'll get to know okay, our goals are meeting and what kind of more sales we should do or what kind of more marketing we should do. So relationship and correlation visuals are that. Next is process and flow visuals. If someday we are talking about okay, in 2012 what was our position, in 2013 what was, in 2014 what was, or like we are talking about okay, when we were one tire company, then two tire, three tire, four tire, what was the step by step flow of the company, if there were any drop offs, if there were any changes. If we are analyzing something step by step, then this will come in picture, which is the process and flow visuals. The next most important visuals are the KPI. Okay, we all make them on our dashboards. That's what helps any manager to understand the dashboard. What if the manager, in the last live also I said, okay, what if a manager only has a minute and he should know how to use your dashboard in a minute? So that's where KPIs are used. So if we talk about KPI, they are the key performance indicators, which helps us, okay, this was the yearly sales, this was monthly sales, this was the distribution of the sales, laptop was this, product, phone was this, tablet was this, and yes, we should focus, this was our top product. A KPI band or KPI charts are the charts which helps us to analyze the whole dashboard in a minute, and the whole dashboard helps us to understand how the KPI values are changing. So basically, they both go hand in hand. And the last is interactive and AI and custom visual. So for this in depth, we'll talk in the next slide. But for a small picture, what I'll say is this: the AI visuals are the visuals like decomposition tree or the key influencers. So this what helps in understanding the data more dynamically. Okay, for example, if I want to drill down what was my sales region wise, for region wise which product wise, if I have to go drill down and down, then that's where custom visuals helps us to understand. There are many zoom drill charts which helps us to do this. Okay, so let's let's start with the comparison visuals, which are the most important visuals and which we use them in our dashboards the most, like likely to use them. Okay, so if we talk about comparison visuals, these visuals are used when our main goal is to, like, for example, compare across different categories. For example, just like as we talk now, our total sales was 40 lakhs, out of which 18 lakhs is tablet, 12 lakhs is laptop, and the remaining 10 is for phone. So if I want to compare which product is doing how much, then bar chart or column chart or clustered bar chart is the right choice, because they will help us quickly identify, okay, which category is performing better, which product is performing better, and which product is not performing better. Relatively, we can see the difference. So if we talk about comparison visuals, there are three charts. Okay, first is bar chart, and next is column chart, third is clustered bar chart or clustered column chart. So bar chart and column chart are the same. You'll all say, okay, they both are same, that just the axis difference. Okay, x axis and y axis is the only difference. But if you think for the long term now, bar charts are better if we use when the category names are longer, and when we have more category names, then bar charts are more ideal, because see, if the category name goes like 15 to 20 characters, okay, if you place that the same in the column chart, the name will go slanting. You all must have seen that. And to analyze that or fit in that chart, it's very hard. And if we decrease the size of it, are not able to see. So if our category names are little longer, then we should go for bar chart. But if our category names are little shorter, then we should go for column chart, because that will look much better. If we talk about clustered chart are the chart where we help us to compare multiple groups at the same time. We talked about the example. Now we'll talk the same example so that you can relate to it for the whole life. Okay, the laptop was 18, the mobile was 10, and the tablet was 12. So in this, if we talk about region also, I want to know in laptop 18 lakh, which region was having which how much sales. So that's why clustered chart will come in the picture. If a manager asks, in only one chart you have to show the product category also and the region category also, then this will be helpful. So for comparison visuals, the question goes like, which category is higher or lower. If we talk about how when to use them, then we should, when we are comparing any products, any regions, any segments or departments, then we should use this. And we should avoid comparison visuals when we are talking about trends or time or any continuous movement, then we should avoid them. As we talked about time, let's talk about the trends and time visuals. Okay, these visuals are which helps us to understand any performance which is changing over a period of time, or when we are analyzing something growth or decline, or something about seasonality, or like we are seeing something how sales are moving over time. Okay, how this season is affecting our sales. If our questions is like that, or if our question is having the word time in it, then we should go with time and trend visuals. So for time and trend visuals, there are three charts: line chart, area chart, and stacked area chart. Line charts are best if you want to show anything for continuous trends. By continuous trends, what I means is, okay, if your data goes from January to December, 10 lakh, 12 lakh, 15 lakh, 14 lakh, 18 lakh. Just a minute. Extremely sorry, guys. Actually, I'm like suffering from cold and cough because of the weather change. That's why. So let's continue. Okay, so for time and trend visuals, if you're talking about time or like if you're tracking some growth or decline or seasonality, then we'll go with time and trend visuals. Okay, so we were talking for line chart. So they are the best if we are talking something for continuous trends. By continuous trends, I mean is okay. The data is going from January to December. Okay, 10 lakh, 12 lakh, 15 lakh, 14 lakh, 18 lakh. So there is a decline, there is a upgrade, there is a decline. So if you want to understand this, then line chart is the best. If you are understanding something related to volume, then area charts are best. Like they helps us to understand the volume impact over the data. Then the last is stacked area chart. Stacked area chart are just like stacked bar chart. They are like showing the multiple groups or the contribution over time for the single product. So to sum up, time and trend visuals are the visuals which help us to understand long-term patterns. If we talk about the question, they will be how it's changing over time, what are all the trends happening, and we should use them when we are tracking growth, decline, or seasonality, and we should avoid them when we are like focusing on exact visuals, or sorry, exact values rather than overall pattern. Let me explain this line to you. Okay. So just as we talked in the last slide, to compare, we should use bar chart. So when we are comparing bar charts, we can clearly see the numbers. Okay, for January, I said now in column charts we can use the ideally the time one. So in January it was 20 lakhs, in February it was 18, in March it was 19, in April it was 18. So if we want to focus on the numbers, then we should go for column chart. But if we want to if we want to focus on the trend, okay, or the line or the movement of the trend or the sales, then we should go for line chart. Because in line chart the numbers or the data labels are not that clear, but we can clearly see the stock market line, okay, that goes from up and down and up and down. So that's very clearly mentioning, okay, this was the trend overall the year. So next talk is ranking visuals. Okay, these are used for MNCs and companies where they analyze, okay, who is leading in the market, which all are the products which are leading, okay, which all are the products which we should stop making, or like they are not as much as competitive as our top products. So that can be analyzed with the help of these two charts. First is ribbon chart, and the second one is sorted bar chart. So ribbon charts are the charts which helps us to analyze how the rank movement is going clearly. Okay, which are the products which is on the highest, or which are the products which are shifting. So for that, if we are analyzing, then that can be analyzed with the help of ranking visuals. So I'm sorry. So if we talk about ranking visuals, okay. So if we are talking like how the ranking is shifting, for just as I said now, there are three products: laptop, phones, and tablets. So the highest was the laptop, and the lowest was the phone. So if the question goes like who is leading and how our ranks are changing, then we should go with ribbon chart or sorted bar chart. Sorted bar chart is just like a bar chart, but in that the categories are sorted in any ascending or descending order, which helps us analyze, okay, this is the top performer and this is the bottom performer. And we should avoid these visuals when we are like focusing on values. Just like if we focus on values, we should go with comparison visuals. For example, bar chart or column chart. But if we are focusing on the rank or which product is doing the highest, then we should go with the ranking visuals, which is the ribbon chart and the sorted bar chart. If there are any doubts or all, you can ask in the comment sections. All your doubts are welcomed. And if my pace is very fast or if you want me to slow down a bit, you can let me know. I'm waiting for a minute if anyone has to